So it's actually a pretty common misconception that a certain diet or a certain food can inherently burn fat. There really is no one diet or one way of eating or one thing you can eat that will actively burn fat. Rather, fat in your body, subcutaneous fat, is really just a form of stored energy. And what this means is that if you are burning enough calories and your body requires that extra energy to function at an optimal level, it will use that fat as energy and will quote unquote burn it in order to allow that activity to happen. So with that in mind, the kind of overarching factor in losing fat is known as energy balance. To lose weight at all, you have to be in a negative energy balance, meaning that your body is taking in fewer calories than it requires to be able to maintain its current weight and current activity levels. So basically, you are taking in fewer calories than you are burning. And no, you do not just burn calories from exercise, you actually also burn calories throughout the day, just from your body maintaining itself and from keeping you alive. Basically, your organs require calories to function. You need calories to stay alive, you need calories to breathe, for your heart to beat. Exercise just requires extra calorie burn on top of that. So on top of being in negative energy balance, the quote-unquote diet that you can follow in order to lose fat specifically so that you're not losing muscle also requires adequate protein intake, which I actually go over in my last video that goes over how to build lean mass. I put the link to that video in the description, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, you're probably wondering, if you need to be burning more calories than you consume, then how can you know exactly what number that is? And that number is actually relative to the individual. It's gonna be different for everybody, but there are a couple different ways you can calculate it. The first is that you can just multiply your body weight times 14 to 16. Times 14 is going to be the lower end if you're less of an active person. Times 16 is going to be if you're a little bit more active. That's body weight in pounds times one of those numbers depending on your activity level. And that number of calories is going to put you in a deficit. So there's your maintenance calories, which you require to maintain your body weight. And then that is going to be, the calories for your calorie deficit, which is going to be below your maintenance. Although this equation is effective, I have a way that I personally prefer to calculate maintenance and therefore deficit calories, and that is I track my calories for a couple days naturally, whatever I naturally gravitate towards eating. I just eat when I'm hungry, stop when I'm full, and track everything, calculate as best I can how many calories I'm eating that day. I do that for like 3 to 5 days, and then I come up with the average of those calories. So the average of those days, whatever my average natural calorie intake is, and then I consider that average to be about where my maintenance is. It's not gonna be 100% accurate, but it will definitely give a solid idea. And from there, I just put myself in a slight deficit from that to start, which will be between 100 and 300 calories. You're usually better off starting lower, so probably like 100 and 200. And I will consistently eat that number minus that amount of calories daily. And once I hit a plateau of any sort, then I will slightly decrease calories again, go until I hit my next plateau, and really just try to diet on as many calories as I possibly can. So to wrap things up, there really is no diet or food, like I said, that is going to inherently cause you to lose fat. It's more a matter of science, burning more calories than you take in, and being consistent and patient with it over time. It's not a rapid process, and it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to maintain this for a long time. You don't want quick results because they're not gonna last. That about wraps it up. I hope I explained that as clearly as possible, but if you guys have any other questions, do not hesitate to ask them in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. I love responding to your comments and engaging with you, so definitely do that, even if you just have a small question. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Peace out.